Doc, I wanted one more question I wanted to ask you about is student athletes, these especially the boys, the young men. I see so many of these young men that have just bright red faces, and I know they have some issues going on there. Tell me about that.
Absolutely. This is a signal that they have a gluten intolerance. And this is a sensitivity, not an allergy, but a sensitivity and intolerance of, just like nobody's allergic to poison ivy because there's no pollen, nobody eats it, but everybody's intolerant of it. Even if you've never had experience, you know you don't want it rubbed on you, right? You're going to get a contact dermatitis. Well, the same way is true with the gluten issue. You eat wheat, barley, rye, and oats. If you have a gluten intolerance, you're going to kill the lining of your intestines. So you lose 95% of the absorptive surface. You go from all these nice long villi that increases your absorptive surface to having a smooth, like a garden hose with nothing in there, right? A lot of scar tissue. And so they're not able to absorb much. And you say, well, how come they're so big and heavy and fat? Well, that's because when you can't absorb nutrients, you want to eat more. And calories are just little sharp carbon chains, easy to absorb. You can absorb calories, but you can't absorb nutrients when you have gluten intolerance.
Oh, wow.
That's why you tend to be overweight. And so these kids are at high risk for joint injuries, fractures, muscle tears, tendon breaks. They will die suddenly. And again, I've done 1,700 autopsies on kids under the age of 10 that died suddenly with this hypertrophic cardiomyopathy heart disease. It's a tragic, tragic thing, totally unnecessary. We need to get these kids all off of gluten, no wheat, no barley, no rye, no oats, no oatmeal for breakfast.
So that's preventing them from absorbing. They're not absorbing those nutrients, period.
That's right.
Wow.
And if it was all in the food, they can't absorb it efficiently, but it's not all in the food, and so you have an absorption problem. You got a double whammy there, right? So you need to supplement with the 90, 16 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 3 fatty acids. I actually have a CD called Dead Athletes Don't Lie, that every kid, every parent, every grandparent, every coach, every sports medicine doctor, every one of these guys who are the nutritionists and dietitians for the teams, right, personal trainers, they all have to hear this CD called Dead Athletes Don't Lie. It'll make you cry because it's all totally preventable.
Thank you, Doc.